Okay, so I bought this TV right around the same time I got the PlayStation 5, which was launched on November 16 of last year. So I've had this for about 3 months now. I've used it for a variety of things like watching movies in 4K and playing high-performance 4K PS5 games like Spider-Man. I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons I've come across using this TV in general. Most especially, I'll be exploring how good this TV works for gaming when used as the display for the PS5. I'll also have you guys know right off the bat that this TV was specifically designed by Sony for the PS5, or at least that's what the company claims. This does not mean it doesn't work with any other console. In fact, it'll work just as well with the Xbox Series X or S and other next generation consoles that can harness all of its potential, and that includes 4K capability at 120 frames per second. It also doesn't mean it was made strictly for gaming, and it's also been optimized for a regular TV viewing experience. So you can also watch Netflix, Disney Plus, whatever else it is that you like to watch. I'm also not saying that this is the best TV to use with the PS5 just because it was made for it. I believe it comes down to preference and budget when looking for a TV for the PS5, as there are numerous options to choose from out there right now. This TV is on the higher end budget, as you'll see later on, based on the features that it provides. There are cheaper alternatives, but not a lot with HDMI 2.1 capability. If you're looking for a cheaper TV option for the PS5, you can check out the TCL 4K TV review video at the top of this video right now. The first thing you'll notice about this TV is the size of the screen, which is pretty large at 65 inches, I would say. It comes in 3 other screen sizes at 55, 75, and 85 inches, which are all large TV sizes too. There aren't any small models of it, which isn't the best decision on Sony's end, since not everybody likes the game on a big screen. Something else that's really cool about this TV is the narrow aluminum bezel which is around it, which surrounds the TV. This keeps you focused on the action on screen rather than what's around it. Essentially, this makes it less distracting and more immersive. The thin metal stand can be quite impractical if you don't have a wide TV stand to place it on. I was quite lucky to have a wide TV stand for this TV when I got it, or I would have been frustrated by the stands. Make sure you take this into consideration if you do intend on buying this TV. Make sure you have the stand for it. It does take a minimalist approach and blends beautifully and seamlessly into modern style home design. It looks really good and it doesn't stand out. It just blends in with whatever design that's, very modern, contemporary. The quality of the picture is amazing and I loved it the moment I turned it on. Sony's exclusive 4K HDR processor called X1 is responsible for this. Sony also claims that videos shot in 2K and Full HD are upscaled close to 4K resolution by their 4K X Reality Pro, using a unique 4K database. I've watched multiple 4K movies on this TV and it always looks top of the line. I've also played some 4K PS5 games on it at high frame rates to exploit the 120Hz refresh rate, and they've all looked and played really great on it. The sound quality from the TV alone is better than most I've seen, but nothing beats an external sound system or 3D headphones. If you're going to be using the TV speakers, then do not worry, it works well enough. If you're a fan of voice control devices like Alexa, Google Home, and the rest, you'll be glad to know that it also has a fully functioning voice control and voice search system, which makes navigation on the onboard Android Smart TV a lot faster and lets you enjoy movies and shows from apps or broadcasts in an instant. The voice assistant can be accessed using the button on the remote with the 3 colored circles. Speaking of the remote, it's nothing crazy or special, but it performs the job every remote is expected to, which is make life easier for the TV user. It has a lot of buttons for accessing different things on the TV, like settings and the Android TV homepage, as well as apps. My favorite is the Netflix button, which I use to jump directly into the Netflix app, as I tend to either watch movies and TV shows on Netflix or have one in the background, as I hate a quiet room. The remote is also useful for altering different settings to personalize your experience. I wouldn't advise using the onboard TV buttons for personalization, as it can get quite frustrating after connecting the PS5 to the TV using an HDMI 2.1 cable to harness all the different perks of the PS5. The TV detects the PS5 and asks you to set it up for whichever HDMI port you have it connected to. You can tweak settings like brightness and others, or just choose one of the pre-made ones like cinema or game mode. Cinema or game mode is just preset settings of brightness, color, and a whole bunch of different things. I use game mode on the PS5 connected HDMI port and cinema mode when watching Netflix. The 65-inch wide display is glorious and harnesses the 4K capability of the PS5 to the max, from my experience with it at least. It also features really good HDR, which is just short form for high dynamic range, which just means better display of game colors and colors in general on the TV. I had a Samsung 1080p LED TV before this, which was honestly decent enough, but I had to see the PS5 features available when HDMI 2.1 is being used across the board. That TV did not have HDMI 2.1 input. I'm not saying that HDMI 2.1 is mandatory for experiencing the PS5, but I'm saying that it's mandatory for experiencing the best features of the PlayStation 5. This TV allows you to play it up to 120 frames per second at 4K, which is the extent of all the games on the PS5 at the moment. You can play high quality and fully immersive games the way they were designed to be played. This TV has handled every game I've thrown at it flawlessly. It's probably one of the best options optimized for PS5 gameplay out there right now, at least in my opinion. When I bought this, it was Black Friday and there was a pretty good deal on it, but the starting price of this TV as of right now on Amazon is $1,200 Canadian dollars or $1,000 US dollars for the 55-inch version and up from there. This specific 65-inch version I'm talking about in this video is selling for about $1,600 Canadian dollars, which I know isn't cheap, but it's a solid TV that functions as more than just a gaming display. It can also function as the main display in your house for regular TV viewing or as the main TV in your house in general. One of the things I'll say I hate the most about this TV is the fact that over the 3 months I've used this TV, it has done one really strange thing only. The TV's Wi-Fi randomly stops working, which I fixed every time by quickly resetting the TV. It's happened a few times and I'm sure it's something to do with the TV software. There's also the option for a wired connection, an Ethernet cable, and if you don't use the Android Smart TV on it, then you'll probably never run into this issue. Another issue I've heard people run into on these is that the Android Smart TV loaded onto the TV makes it slower over time, but I personally have not experienced this issue. There are lots of TV options for PS5 gameplay at different price points and quality levels. Some have limitations, others like this one fully harness all the next-gen features of the PS5 and other next-gen consoles. I can vouch for this Sony X900H 4K TV since I've personally used it for 3 months for both regular viewing and next-gen gameplay. It's worked very well in both cases. I'd like to know down in the comment section what kind of TV or monitor you use with your next-gen console, if you have one, or which one you're looking to get in the future. I also hope that you have found this review enjoyable or helpful in making your decision. If you do decide to buy this TV, make sure to use the link in the description section down below. Thanks for watching, you guys. It's Midas, and I will catch you guys in my next video.